Hello friends, Warren here from the Universe of Mystery channel. If you like our documentaries, please subscribe, like, and share. It really helps the channel. On March 19, 2023, the leader of North Korea, Kim Jong Un, has just stated that his country needs to be prepared to launch a nuclear attack, as he just accused the United States and South Korea of carrying joint military drills with American nuclear assets, according to the North Korean state media. In order to understand why he would order such preparedness, we must first look at the history of how he came to power. The story of how Kim Jong Un came to power in North Korea is a complex one that spans several decades and involves many key players and events. To truly understand how Kim Jong Un became the leader of one of the world's most repressive regimes, we need to look back at the history of North Korea itself. North Korea was founded in 1948, after World War II, and the division of the Korean peninsula into two separate states. The North was initially led by Kim Il-sung, a guerrilla fighter and communist revolutionary who had fought against the Japanese during the war. Under Kim Il-sung's leadership, North Korea became a highly centralized, authoritarian state, with an emphasis on heavy industry and military power. Kim Il-sung remained in power until his death in 1994, at which point his son, Kim Jong-il, took over as the country's leader. Kim Jong-il continued many of his father's policies, including a focus on military power and a cult of personality around the ruling family. However, he faced several challenges during his time in power, including economic hardship and growing international isolation. It was during this time that Kim Jong-un, the third and youngest son of Kim Jong-il, began to emerge as a potential successor to his father. Born in 1983, Kim Jong-un was educated in Switzerland and had little experience in politics or military affairs. However, he had been groomed for leadership from a young age, and was seen as a potential heir to the throne. In 2009, it was announced that Kim Jong-il had suffered a stroke, raising concerns about his health and his ability to govern. This led to increased speculation about who would succeed him as the country's leader. In 2010, Kim Jong-un was appointed to several key positions within the ruling Workers' Party of Korea, including a seat on the Central Military Commission. Over the next few years, Kim Jong-un began to take on an increasingly visible role in North Korean politics. He accompanied his father on several public appearances, and was often photographed at military parades and other events. In 2011, he was appointed to the rank of general in the Korean People's Army, cementing his status as a key player in the country's military. Then, in December 2011, Kim Jong-il died suddenly of a heart attack. This set off a period of mourning and uncertainty in North Korea, as the country's leaders scrambled to find a successor. In a move that surprised many observers, it was announced that Kim Jong-un would take over as the country's leader. Kim Jong-un's ascension to power was not without controversy. Many within North Korea's ruling elite had doubts about his ability to govern, given his relative lack of experience and youth. There were also concerns about his commitment to the country's ideology and whether he would be able to maintain the tight control that his father and grandfather had exercised over the country. Despite these concerns, Kim Jong-un was able to consolidate his power in the years that followed. He carried out several high-profile purges of top officials, including his own uncle, Jang Song-taek, who had been seen as a potential rival. He also continued his family's policy of isolation and provocation towards the international community, carrying out a series of missile tests and nuclear weapons tests that drew widespread condemnation and sanctions. Kim Jong-un's leadership style has been marked by a mix of authoritarianism and populism. He has taken steps to improve the country's economy, including promoting private enterprise and expanding trade with China. He has also sought to portray himself as a more approachable and relatable figure than his father or grandfather, appearing in public with his wife and young children and being more open about his personal life. However, despite these efforts, North Korea remains one of the world's most repressive and isolated countries. Human rights abuses, including forced labor and political imprisonment, are widespread, and the country's nuclear program continues to be a major source of concern for the international community. Throughout his time in power, Kim Jong-un has sought to maintain his grip on the country through a combination of propaganda, repression, and the cultivation of a cult of personality around himself. His image is ubiquitous in North Korean media, and he is often portrayed as a heroic and visionary leader who is leading the country towards a brighter future. Despite this image, however, Kim Jong-un's leadership has been marked by a number of challenges and setbacks. Economic sanctions have taken a toll on the country's economy, and there are growing signs of discontent among the population, particularly among younger North Koreans who are more aware of the outside world and have higher expectations for their standard of living. In recent years, Kim Jong Un has taken steps to try to address these challenges. He has pursued a policy of engagement with the international community, including a series of high-profile meetings with South Korean President Moon Jae-in and US President Donald Trump. However, these efforts have been met with little to no success, and it is doubtful they will lead to a lasting improvement in North Korea's relationship with the outside world. Despite the many challenges facing North Korea and its leader, one thing is clear: Kim Jong Un's rise to power was the result of a carefully orchestrated plan that had been in the works for many years. While there were certainly doubts about his ability to govern, Kim Jong Un has proven himself to be a shrewd and determined leader who is committed to maintaining his family's grip on power. Whether or not this approach will be successful in the long run remains to be seen. North Korea's isolation and repression have led to a deeply impoverished and oppressed population, and it is unclear whether Kim Jong Un will be able to maintain his hold on power in the face of growing internal and external pressures.